So, what you already know, the Los Angeles Clippers lost to the Denver Nuggets. And this is absolutely frustrating for the Los Angeles Clippers. We came into this season thinking that the Los Angeles Clippers were going to contend for a title this year, but they ended up blowing a 3-1 lead, and they were up by 10 in 4 games, and they blew that lead too. That's something that we should not see. Now, let me speak on something. The Los Angeles Clippers, their 2 best stars in Game 7, Kawhi Leonard gets 14 points, Paul George gets 10 points. Now, I'm not going to just go here and bash Paul George, because he was doing pretty well the first game to the 6th game. I think he averaged 23.8 points per game. So he was doing well. Kawhi Leonard was doing well. It's just their bench depth and how they run themselves. Every single time when they blew a lead, they will put their heads down and then they'll stop playing. That's one thing we never see out the Lakers. If the Lakers are down, they will not put their head down. They'll say, okay, let's throw in a bench player. Somebody will give us more energy, or let's call a timeout. Let somebody talk and let everybody get hyped up. But they would not put their head down. That's why I'm very frustrated with the Clippers team. Now, I know you see the titles kind of clickbaity and everything, but let's propose a trade. Lonzo Ball to the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, you may say, TB1, Lonzo Ball to the Los Angeles Clippers, how would that help them? Now, see this. Kawhi Leonard is not a playmaker. Kawhi Leonard is a scorer / a defender. Now, he's not the defender we know from 5 years ago, when he had a lesser role on San Antonio Spurs and he was just dominating, shut down LeBron and everything, all right? Now, when I say he's not that much of a playmaker, I mean he's not a person that's going to give you 8 assists a game, 9 assists a game like LeBron James. He's a player that's going to give you, 27 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds. I feel like if they decide to trade for Lonzo Ball, they're going to get that. They're going to get a guy that doesn't need to score the ball that much. He's going to pass the ball a lot. He can average 10, 11, 12 assists. He can be like Chris Paul to Kawhi, or he can even be a Kyle Lowry to Kawhi. Because last year, Kyle Lowry averaged 9 assists a game or 10 assists a game, and he only scored 17 points. There's no reason why Kawhi Leonard and Paul George should be your playmakers. Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, those are not true point guards. You need a true point guard on this team. You need somebody to run this offense. Patrick Beverley, he's going to play defense. Now, I'm 50-50 with him. Is he a real defender, or does he flop and everything? And he's like that annoying bug you try to slap off your arm on a hot summer day. And then Lou Williams throughout this series, he was horrible. And don't let me get started on Montrezl Harrell. My Thunder, Dennis Schroeder, should have won that 6th Man of the Year, because Montrezl Harrell was completely trash, man, throughout the series. I watched every single game of this playoffs, and yeah, he was horrible. And let me get back to Lou Williams real quick. Lou Williams, we were expecting Lou Williams to be like a 19 to 20 point per game scorer. This guy averages the lowest stats playoffs. Like, we thought Lou Williams was going to come out there and completely beast on everybody, but that just didn't end up happening. Now, the trade going for Lonzo, it's kind of a difficult trade because they got a lot of pick swaps. It's going to be a hard trade. But if they can make this happen, I won't say Lonzo will win them a championship, but he will help out Kawhi on the defensive end and Paul George and like the rest of the team. And he will be a great playmaker. How I said, he'll be just another Kyle Lowry. Now, another point I want to touch on. If these guys can't find a playmaker, I'm not even saying you need Lonzo Ball, but if you can't find a playmaker, this is going to be looking really tight for them, because Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are both on 1-year contracts. And I don't know how that's going to work. You seen Paul George. I believe he said he's going to stay in Oklahoma, and then he demands a trade next season. And Kawhi Leonard, I think he's a more level-headed guy. He's going to stay with the Clippers, build with them, I believe. Or he may just bounce to the Lakers. We never know with Kawhi. But Kawhi, he needs to be more of a talker. Him not talking that much really messes up the team. Him just putting his head down or looking at the court, not saying anything, you need somebody to say something. When he was with Toronto, they had those guys that were going to say something. Kyle Lowry was going to say something. Norman Powell's going to say something. They had Marc Gasol. Even though he wasn't on that team for long, Marc Gasol's still a leader and a vet. They have veterans on that team. It's not like the Clippers do not have veterans. Clippers have veterans, but they don't have the exact same respect that Kyle Lowry had on that Raptors team. Now, the video was supposed to be a short video, a short little rant, but I just had to keep extending it. The Los Angeles Clippers, if they don't make it to the finals next year, I could see Paul George gone, Kawhi Leonard maybe staying and recruiting somebody else. But if you like the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and guys, I'll catch you all next time.